everybody, Sonia Rollins for BACC Talk. I am excited to have Ed Harding with me. Ed is the CEO and co-founder of HDPT. Ed, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to talk to you because I think physical therapy is one of those things that everybody knows at some point they need.
Sure.
Whether they want to admit it or not, whether it's aging or a pain or something, I mean,
right.
You know, but I want to kind of dive into things, but first tell everybody about yourself.
Oh, my name is Ed Harding. I own HD Physical Therapy. I'm co-founder. We opened the practice in 2012 in Wakefield, in 2017 in Burlington.
Great. So why physical therapy, Ed? Like, I always love to ask people why they go into something. Was it this thing that you said I've always wanted to do? Did something kind of drive you toward physical therapy?
Yeah, I think originally my passions growing up were always music and martial arts.
Yeah.
Those were the two things that I was most passionate about. There was a lot of resistance for me to go to school for music. I ended up exploring the martial arts world, but you don't go to college for martial arts.
Right.
I was state champion a couple years in a row. I started to teach some children martial arts in their backyard. I started to run a dojo, in which case then I met a physical therapist that showed me the world of understanding that there was a profession geared towards stretching, strengthening, movement, and that's all the stuff that I've been studying for so many years.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of sought that out at that point.
I love that. So let's talk about that, because I think that people envision physical therapy as only if there's something really horrible that happened to them.
Fair enough,
right?
yes.
Right? I mean, like they go to their doctor and then the doctor says, you need physical therapy.
And sometimes that's the case. No
Sometimes that's the case, but kind of break it down for us, for like the layman.
Yeah,
right?
Sure. I think at the end of the day, there's only three ways you're going to treat any type of injury. You're either going to cut it, drug it, or treat it. Okay. We're the treat it side.
Right.
We are the movement specialists. That's why, you know, and it's based on science. It's something that PT's been doing for, you know, tons of years, and that's just because of that, insurance companies do honor and respect the fact that we make progress and we do that, but we are the movement specialists. I mean, our whole goal as physical therapists to restore any type of functional movement, any type of limitations you have that way, and restore any type of, or alleviate any type of pain you're having.
Yeah, interesting. So when you say that, when you say it's the movement factor,
sure,
right? And I mean this sincerely. Sometimes people go like, oh, they want me to go to physical therapy, right?
Right.
But I think, but can we talk about that? Because I think there's a patience factor when you, patience meaning having patience, not patience, right?
Absolutely, yes,
but talk about that. Talk about the fact that, you know, that there's a connection there of people, you know, knowing what's wrong with someone and what that then translates into in the world of physical therapy.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, the reason why I put pain at the end of that scale, so even though pain is a contributing factor to why you would see a physical therapist or seek someone to make like us out that way, but movement is the real key to what we're talking about. So that can mean different stages. A lot of times I talk to patients, and the first movement area is like activities of daily living. So, you know, can you function throughout the day? Can you get up and out of bed? Can you go to work? Can you care for your family? Whatever it may be. Through the years of physical therapy as it's progressed, it isn't just a need for when you're in a severe amount of pain anymore as to why you might see us. It might be also something that you like to do that you can't do anymore. Are you a golfer? Do you like to ride a bike? Do you like to go for walks? Is there some type of movement in there, a pain or limiting factor in there that's not allowing you to do that? So that would be the other reason why you would want to kind of seek that out and figure out how to improve upon that movement, your mobility, and your strength to be able to get to do that type of stuff.
So, which leads me to now my next question. This is perfect. It's almost like we planned this, okay?
Right.
Which we didn't, by the way. But it's almost like we planned it, because I think a lot of people think the first entrance to a physical therapist is to going to their doctor. I'm not minimizing going to doctors, of course, right?
Yep.
But is it in fact the case that people can call a physical therapist directly?
Yeah, so 20 years ago when I first became a therapist, it was a bachelor's degree and you needed a doctor's referral and you had to see your PCP first before it would be covered by insurance.
Yes.
Now they moved the programs to doctorate degrees. So most of, if not all of my PT staff are all doctors in physical therapy, in which case it allows you to come see us first, direct access in our state. There are insurance company boundaries with every insurance company that you see, but you can come directly to us. So if you wake up and you got some knee pain and you're figuring out what's going on, we can be the first phone call you make, and we can get you in and you know, and help you figure out what's going on. So.
And put people at ease, Ed. And if it's something that you think also a medical doctor needs to see, then you coordinate with the doctor.
So not to jump too far ahead, even though I feel like the questions will go there, that is the reason why I love being part of a chamber or a community.
Yes.
Because I like to have a network of people, whether it be as simple as a restaurant or whatever it may be, but other medical professionals that I know and I trust. Because a lot of the times in today's day and age, you might see your doctor, you don't get a lot of time with them to figure out what's going on because they're under the restrictions of whatever, healthcare is kind of moving in that way. We get a full hour with you at PT, so I get to see you and see what's going on. And there are many times that it might not be appropriate for PT, and I'll put you on the path to make sure you're in the right area, whether it be an orthopedic surgeon or back to your PCP or whatever it may be that way.
Right, and then that's actually fantastic that you said that, because it is community driven, by the way. I mean, every profession is community driven at the end of the day. And so people can put themselves at ease to say, I have a pain, whatever it is, back, knee, something is bothering me, I'm going to call my physical therapist first. Right. And then you might say, a little further than our scope, or we're going to help you get from point A to point B.
Correct. And if someone already has a referral source or a doctor or someone that they already done, whatever they trust already in their family, that's fine. But if they come and say, well, I don't know where to go, I don't know what the next step is, I don't know where to turn, I can be that trusted source for you to be able to guide you into where you need to go.
Is this the right question? I already don't even know if it's the right question, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Where's the entrance point, Ed? When does somebody say, this is not just me sleeping wrong, I need to call somebody? Like, let's use BACCs, for example, because BACCs are very common, right?
Sure.
You wake up, you're a little stiff. You wake up the second day, you're a little stiff. When is it like no more?
There's kind of two sides to that. One was earlier, like I mentioned, the activities of daily living. So if you can't do something that you need to be able to do to function throughout the day, that needs to be a phone call, and at least just kind of figure out, am I going down the right road? Why can't I go to work? Why can't I sleep at night? Why am I waking up? Why can't I get out of bed? Why can't I walk with my family? Whatever it may be, right?
Yes.
The second part of that is because of the fact that every insurance company has a certain amount of PT visits covered, even though you might have like a copay or deductible, everyone has a certain amount of PT visits at their disposal that they can use through their insurance company.
Yes.
In which case it might be as simple as like, I want to go play golf with my family or my friends, or I want to go for a run, and you can't do that. So it might not equal day by day pain. It might just be pain with that specific activity, or you just can't get there. And then that's the other reason why you would reach out that way.
Worth a phone call. In any, so it's not, so this is great things to learn, because it's not necessarily true pain every single day as much as it's prohibiting something that you normally would want to do.
Right. There's always three things we're going to address if and when you come to PT. One would be any type of symptoms you're having. That'll be our first address. And then we do some manual therapy that way to help alleviate that. But usually that's a short-term fix for you. That means you're dependent upon me, in which, as much as I love to see my patients, my goal is to get them independent and not dependent upon me.
Right.
The second part is to improve any mobility and strength deficits they might have to be able to achieve whatever goals they're looking to achieve. And then the last part would be some educational tool to be able to give them the tools to be able to use that on their own, so that way they're not having those issues kind of moving forward.
Right. So someone could be a patient of yours. What's the word I want to use? In and out, basically. They're not coming to see you indefinitely. They come, and then the problem goes away for a while, but it may revisit and they come back.
It could be. I mean, many times they don't have to come back for the same thing, but it can happen. Depends on, aging process and what you're choosing to do. I mean, if you're a very avid runner and you run, like, say, a lot of marathons, I mean, you might have to come a couple times a year to try to, put some work on that knee a little bit to try to get you back to what you want to do.
And for those who get confused by it, can you give us the difference, if you were to give somebody a difference of going to see a chiropractor versus, no, I need my physical therapist, I need a physical therapist?
Yeah, I can't necessarily speak to the chiropractic world. I think at the end of the day, there's no two chiropractors that are the same, and there's no two PTs that are the same, right? So I think they all bring a certain amount of value to get your quality of life, whatever that kind of means to you and whatever is important to you that way. But our goal when you come into PT is, I definitely want to see you for a shorter period of time, more frequently for a little while, to kind of send you on your way for you to be able to do what you want to be able to do that way. So.
Oh, I love that. I love the way you describe that, because it's a certain amount of time to try to get to an end result.
Correct. And if we feel like we're hitting a roadblock, that's where that community involvement comes into play again, right? So if I feel like, hey, we're not making the gains we need to make. Maybe you need to see a specialist. Maybe you need to go back to see your PCP. Sometimes I'll refer to a chiropractor. It kind of depends. For some people, it's lifestyle change. You know, I'm not there to make the lifestyle change. I'm there to get you there, and then maybe I need to send you to a personal trainer that I know that will help you kind of like guide through what you need to do to be able to get beyond that barrier.
I love it. Okay. Now, speaking of community, our community has great restaurants, and as you know, we go to restaurants every time, and this is our favorite part of the job. We love being with you, Ed, but it's good to go into restaurants.
Absolutely, yes.
BACC Talk is going to take you in for our foodie segment to Eddie V's. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Sonia Rollins for BACC Talk. Today's Chamber Spotlight takes us to Eddie V's, a restaurant that's already known for its great dining, but did you know it's equally as good as its bar? We're going to hear about the great bar menu and the great craft drinks that are done here. Join us inside. We are here with David Greekwood, managing partner of Eddie V's. David, thank you so much for letting us in.
Happy to have you here, as always, Sonia.
Yeah, you know, Eddie V's has become a staple in Burlington. And it's been how long since you've been here?
Six years this past August, which is
kind of
2019, isn't it?
It goes by.
It flies. It really does.
So excited to talk to you about the bar, but I do want to ask you briefly.
Of course.
The whole conversation that we've always had about, are there too many restaurants in Burlington? Is there too much going on in Burlington? You know, speak to that.
Burlington has really become a destination location for dinner. And it's in the suburbs. You don't have to drive into the city. So I actually think there's room for plenty more. I think that there's plenty of business out there for all of us. At the end of the day, if you're taking care of your guests, right, and you're executing at the level that you should, there's no reason why you wouldn't last in this community, especially when we have a chamber like yours that helps us and supports us and does these types of things.
I think it's, you know, it speaks in volumes at what Burlington offers, but it speaks in volumes to the caliber of restaurants we have. And Eddie V's sits there at the top.
We have some of the best. I mean, we have some of the best restaurants in the area around here. With I'm not going to speak to my competitors, but with Eddie V's being one of them.
So let's talk about some of the best of the best, which is Eddie V's, right? And let's talk about the feeling you get when you come into here. So I can tell you that when you walk in, first of all, every guest is treated like they're the only person in the room. I say that sincerely. So that is really a special and unique thing. You know, it's not only now you get the experience, now we move to food, then you also move to the bar scene. And today we're really excited to kind of talk about the bar of Eddie V's. You know, everybody obviously knows that you can come in and have a great dinner here. You know, you can come in and do private dining, and we'll talk about that as well. But speak to the bar a little bit, the atmosphere of the bar.
Well, first thing, I mean, we have live entertainment in our lounge area every night, which is really great. Guests seem to love that. So it's, you know, I call it like this irresistible vibe when you come into our V lounge. It's a fun place to be. It's a very warm environment as far as, you know, the staff. Our bartenders, in fact, you're going to meet Jessica here in a bit. They've been with us from the beginning. Jessica opened this restaurant with me 6 years ago. She's still with us. But yeah, I mean, it's really the heart and soul of our vibe, right?
Yes.
The V lounge. It kind of dictates the environment and the atmosphere. We actually pipe the live music all through the restaurant, so you're able to hear it no matter where you're at.
Which is beautiful. Yeah. And you can get a full meal at the bar if you'd like to, but you can also get Eddie's Hours. So speak to Eddie's Hours a little bit.
Eddie's Hours is essentially, it's our version of happy hour, but at the end of the day, it's a selection of discounted appetizers and cocktails that we offer. And you know,
which is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's some really great value on that menu. There's some really great food options on that menu.
So you can get that menu here.
Yep.
You can also get the full menu at the bar.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's talk about a new thing that's coming on your menu: Wagyu dumplings.
The Wagyu dumplings is going to be on our regular menu. Yeah.
All right, so talk about that.
It's our ground Wagyu beef mixed with seasonings, hand stuffed in a dumpling shell, steamed and then slightly grilled, and it's served with a ginger soy dipping sauce. And it's delicious. We already tasted it with the chef.
Because it's only right. You have to.
Well, you know, it's the job. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's torture. Right. But no, it's great.
So let's talk private dining for a minute, and we'll bring it back to the bar. I think people come in, they see the restaurant, they see the bar, they see the activity. I love to point out for people, whether it's the holiday season, whether it's a corporate gathering, a private gathering, speak to the private dining options, or event options, I should say.
So first of all, private dining is actually a very big part of our business. A lot of celebration dinners, right? Birthdays, anniversaries, that sort of thing. And we have 3 different options for that, right? So we have our speakeasy room that offers private dining, full AV capability, up to 16 guests. We have our Franklin room, holds up to 35 guests. And then we have our Hancock room, same deal, 4 walls and a door, full AV capability. With that being said, we're dinner only. We only open at 4 p.m. We can do very large parties for lunches, right? So we'll actually open early for private dining.
I love asking these kind of questions because sometimes people think it's got to be this big event for me to have it. But if you had 12 people and you wanted to have a room, could you in fact do that with Eddie V's?
100%. Yeah. So the answer is yeah. We do much, smaller dinners quite often. In fact, probably our most common are somewhere between 8 and 15 people that we'll do in a smaller space.
In addition to food, this is what I've been touting for a while. I mean, I really feel like where I've seen the bar raised significantly is at the bar, no pun intended, right? And with the bartenders who really are professionals. I really, when you see some of the caliber of the drinks that come out, especially in a place like Eddie V's, it's almost a culinary experience in a glass, right?
Yeah. I love the creativity behind our cocktail program. I think the idea is to really kind of put our own twist on certain things. We're going to talk about the Java Jewel today, which is our twist on an espresso martini, our smoked old fashioned, which is one of our top selling drinks. We're going to talk about the Maverick because it provides some really cool options.
The drinks that come out almost have a personality at Eddie V's.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
I do. I agree. Yeah, it's because it's different.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, at the end of the day, it's you're not going to get that exact same cocktail at any restaurant in the area.
We are here with Jess. You have been a bartender here at Eddie V's for 6 years, yes?
Yes, I have.
And I wanted to ask, because I'm always so intrigued, what made you want to be a bartender?
I just enjoy the people, the conversation, meeting new people, the stories.
This really is almost like a culinary art now. Would you agree, like the difference of when you started to what you're doing now?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
From when I first started, the big drink was the Cosmo. Now we're making vintage old fashions and smoked old fashions. The creativity that goes into it now is very different than it was 20 years ago. Let's go. We're going to start with the smoked old fashioned.
Adding some basil Hayden, it kind of provides this like toasted oak, like honey kind of flavor to the drink. That's why we chose that bourbon. Do a little bit of simple syrup in there for sweetness. And this ingredient here that she's adding now is our chocolate bitters, and that gives it this like velvety kind of chocolate flavor that is really, really delicious.
Yeah.
She'll show you here, but we stir this.
Tell us about that whole theory: stir, not shaken, shaken, not stirred.
So when it comes to bourbon, you do not want to shake it. It changes the color of it and the texture of the drinks. It gives it more of a yellowish color, and it changes the flavor as well.
Interesting.
This gets strained into a small carafe so that it can be served tableside. So she's going to stamp that ice cube, which is really cool. We have our EV stamp.
This is the cool part.
This is really what makes the drink in my mind. It's that smoky flavor. It really it's the whole experience, right? It's not just the taste, but it's also the smell of the smoke and the whole thing. It's become our most popular cocktail on our menu for years now.
I can see why.
And it's a really cool presentation, right? So we do this, right here at the bar, and then tableside. Jess will show you how we serve it.
I find it gets to talk as well.
Yeah.
So you can see that smoke comes right up.
That's right. And does that smoky flavor last in there, Jess?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
It
You can still
actually
see it there.
balances out the bourbon, so it makes it a lot smoother and enjoyable to drink. Sweet, smooth, and the smoke and the chocolate bitters take away that bite of the bourbon. Now we are making the Maverick. It's refreshing, it's light, and easy to drink.
I love it.
It's good with your choice of liquor. So we're gonna muddle a little cucumber, yes. With that little bit of elderflower, that's what makes it a little easier to change that drink a little bit.
Can we talk about the art of shaking?
Well, there's many different ways to shake. The one hand when you're busy, the two. The Maverick. Next is our twist on the espresso martini. We have the Java Jewel. So we just add a touch of orange to change it up a little.
Espresso martinis are popular not only for a dessert drink, right? Do you find that people order them a lot, Jess? Or?
We have people that come in and start with them. Sometimes you just need that little pick-me-up after a long day. And the Borghetti, the important part. Now this one you need a really good shake. You gotta get the froth.
Oh, that's right. It's not just the beauty of the drink, it's the presentation at Eddie V's that's so beautiful.
The Java Jewel, it's kind of our twist on the espresso martini, as Jessica mentioned. We do add a little bit of Kettle One orange along with Kettle One, which brings a bit of a citrus kind of infusion to it. The Borghetti espresso liqueur actually has a little bit of a chocolatey flavor to it as well, not just with the coffee, but with a little bit of chocolate. Delicious drink.
Yeah.
And we top it with a little EV logo, which is really cool.
Whether it's a quick bite after work or a good time with a few friends or just wanting to try out a really beautiful cocktail, Eddie V's has everything you're waiting for. For Chamber Spotlight, I'm Sonia Rollins. All right, what's better than David Greekwood and Eddie V's, seriously?
Oh, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Anytime I go there, we had our staff holiday party there once, and everyone remembers it from the year we did it. It was amazing.
You can't go wrong there.
No.
They're happy, they're cordial, their product is good. I mean, it's like a win-win-win. The bar is beautiful.
And they always do it up, so it's
They
good.
always do it up, right. So thank you to Eddie V's for allowing us in. I mean, we're always like, can we come in?
I know. I feel like everyone gets excited for that one.
Oh,
No doubt. I do, at least.
Absolutely,
You know? Yeah.
absolutely. You know, which kind of ties in to our next conversation. That you said you started in Wakefield.
Yep.
What made you choose Burlington as your second location for HDPT?
Yeah, I mean, the area, you know, an affluent area, what I was looking for in Burlington, I could see, you know, was kind of growing and booming that way. I felt like the need was there. It's close enough to my other clinic that I can also service some of my patients that are in between Wakefield and Burlington. So if Wakefield's a little too far for you, you can be seen in the Burlington office, but it's also not too far that if I needed to get you in, because one of the things we try to specialize is like try to get you in as soon as we can, that it's not too far of a drive for you to be seen in my other location as well if we need to get you in the door because you're having a lot of pain.
Right. I'm going to go back to community, but that's a really good point that you just made. So if someone needs to see you, scheduling-wise, they could get into either place.
They can get in either place just to get you in the door. And I'm around in both offices, so at the end of the day, I float between two to be able to do that. So if you were to call and say, I'm in a ton of pain, I need to be able to get in, and I'm in one office or the other, I can float back and forth just to try to help out any way I can.
Folks, I can attest to this, by the way, because Ed has done this for me and my family.
And I appreciate that.
No, it's unbelievable.
Immensely.
Because customer service lives in every profession.
Absolutely.
I mean, right? Like, so we think about when people help us, what does that mean? And it means that they're professionals at what they do, but also that they can adequately get to you and make you feel like you're being heard, which I got to say, hands down, you guys do, which is fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. But all right, back to community.
Yes.
So the nice part about what you're saying is you chose Burlington. It's a great community. But what I have to say as a member of the chamber is we see you at the BACC events all the time. You're engaged.
Yes, I try to be best I can.
Yeah, and so talk about that engagement a little bit, Ed. Like what makes you do it? I mean, I could talk on for the rest of our show about why I do it, but I will not. It's not about me. So tell me why you think the chamber gives you that value, or what makes you engage in the community that way?
I think on a micro macro level for me, it's the core value as to what I kind of like base most of my philosophy in life on. Being a dad of triplets, and I had you know, some medical conditions with my children growing up, and they kind of fought through that. There were endless amounts of people that helped out in the community, really made it possible to like get through some really tough times. So I mean, that's much more on like a deeper, like personal level, but when you take that and you start to align yourself with like-minded individuals that want to succeed, that want to make a difference, that make a difference in the, that's what really makes the community kind of build and grow from there. So, I mean, I find that in the business world as well. People like yourself or Rick or whoever it is, you can just feel that everyone in there is trying to accomplish the same like helping type of scenario. And
There's a greater good.
That's what I do all the time. I mean, my job is to help people, and I love that connection. So when you can get into a chamber like Burlington, or you get in a community like that, and you can feel the vibe, and everyone's really trying to help out, you just know you're in the right place to be able to make a difference. So.
Yeah. Do you find your team engages with you when you engage?
Very much so,
because I know your energy. I know your energy. I know you have people around you who have similar energy. But was that like a drag you along, or do you find the same thing, like-minded individuals who end up coming into your office? You know, that's who you hire, basically.
I mean, it definitely helps what the venue is. I mean, a Taste or an Eddie V's definitely gets people going, you know what I mean? But no, very much so. I mean, everyone that's done it, you know, that the staff loves participating in it. It's definitely part of like what we're based in anyway. So I think that community aspect and us being a service-based industry for the community just ties right into what the mission and the purpose of the chamber all is as well. So.
And there really is a mission. I mean, I find that we talk about it all the time about, you know, can you find somebody, you said it in the first segment, when you need to then say to one of your clients who has trusted you, I'm going to move you on to the next person, isn't it worthwhile to know that you've moved them on to someone that you also trust?
Yeah, I don't know if it goes back to like being born in the early 70s or what, but I think we all like to know someone who knows someone. Like, oh, I got someone that I know,
Yeah,
right?
I got a guy.
I got a guy, or I got a, you got to see, so and so, right? So, I mean, I feel like you have that, in the Burlington Chamber, which is unbelievable. So I like being able to make those connections, even if it's not for physical therapy. Knowing that I can build that connection for someone else to have them thrive or succeed is unbelievable. So.
I love that. Okay, we're going to wrap it up because I'm going to give you the last few pieces. I ask these people these questions, and I have to tell people watching, I don't tell anybody that I'm asking, so it's okay if you be like, Sonia, right?
Right.
If you were to give a sentence about the chamber, just in general, the Burlington Chamber, the Burlington community, how would you describe it to people?
I mean, not to be too cliche with that, but I think the word is community for me, and it is that energy and that vibe that we talk about that way. It's just, with everyone in there trying to make a difference, to try to make an impact for all the businesses around, it just makes everything a lot easier to get throughout the day.
Perfect, that's very well said. A for your answer.
That was more than one sentence, though.
No, but it was a good one. And then let's go back to where people can find you. So I want to give you that same ability to give me a sentence. When do I call my physical therapist? When would I, what makes sense if you wanted to say, I want to leave somebody with a thought about HDPT and when they should call me, what would that be?
I think at the end of the day, if you're struggling with something that's important to you, whether it be an activity daily living or whether it be some type of activity just in your daily life that you like to do, whether it play golf or something like that, just reach out and let me know and see if there's something we can do to help that way.
And how do they reach out? Where are you located?
We're on every social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. So you can find us through www.hdptonline.com. My email address is right on there, and you can link through. You can get in touch with me on any one of the social media platforms as well.
Great.
October's a big month for us. We take Halloween pretty seriously.
Love
If
that.
you don't want to reach out, you just want to see some funny costumes,
Go online and see that.
Take a look. So
Everybody dresses?
everyone dresses. And we've had some pretty
Really?
serious years, so yeah, it's a good time. It's a good
my God,
time.
you gotta
So
log
when you
on
talk
and
about the
see
energy
that.
and the vibe, that's a good way to see it as well.
I love it. And where is your office located in Burlington?
We have, in Burlington, it's 99 South Bedford Street.
99
In
South
Wakefield,
Bedford.
it's 607 North Ave.
Okay, so go online, call, make an appointment. If you feel like you're struggling a little bit, you got to do your thing, you can call, or if you wake up one morning and it's severe pain, call.
Yes, 100%.
Either.
And at the end of the day, if you just want to call and make an appointment at the office, that's great. But if you want someone like the guy, you can just reach out to me directly. I'll gladly help out any way I can.
And I love that. So I'm going to do this one more time. Forgive me, we have 2 minutes, so I can talk about this one more.
Yeah.
People can call directly and ask for you, because you have physical therapists who work for you. It's very qualified people.
Yep.
But if someone really wants to speak to you directly.
Absolutely. They can just reach out on any one of the platforms that email me directly, call the office. Wife would tell you I'm pretty much there every other part of the day, but it's good.
Right. I love it. And they'll call the Burlington office, doesn't matter where you are.
Doesn't matter. They can route and find me wherever it may be.
All right. Well, I want to say on behalf of the Chamber, thank you for being so involved with the community. I know that, like I said, we see you in all the places you're engaged. We love that. And thank you for being such a good community member for Burlington, too.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Ed Harding, CEO, co-founder, HDPT. Why HD, by the way?
Ooh, I like to say handsome dudes, but everyone laughs at me for that one.
Hey, it's a good one.
No, it's my last name Harding and Glenn's last name Daddario, with a little bit of play on high def, because everyone says HD everything. So HDPT is the,
I have to say, when I always try to call you guys, I'm always like this. HDPT, like I feel like
I've the tongue pretty well.
It does,
right? So that was the other reason why we did it. So
okay,
it worked out good.
Perfect. So HDPT in Burlington and Wakefield. You can find them on every social media platform, and they are located in the Burlington one is
99 South Bedford
99
Street.
South Bedford.
Yep.
Ed, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And folks, thank you for watching. We are looking forward to seeing you again next month for BACC Talk. I'm Sonia Rollins.